format. This is some kind of linguistics based kind of thing. Anyhow, we have the time. Let me, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I think
yeah.
so. It was supposed to be a 1 hour session.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. Then let me simple query. So,
Yeah,
see,
I think we started 10 minutes late, so we could go up to quarter to two, around say 20 minutes from. So, yeah.
I didn't understand Abhishek. Abhijit, that Abhishek. Yeah. Hello?
Yeah, Ganesh. Are you asking me?
Yeah, I am asking you. So, do you
Oh,
want me?
we could go for around 20 more minutes.
Yeah, sure, definitely. Don't over. It's fine. Yeah. So you have seen right? He was my student actually. He developed a see how linguistics is really useful. Machine is taking two parameters. One parameter is his facial expression, whether he is smiling or something. The second parameter is the language which he is using. If you observe the video, first by smiling, by seeing the smile, machine is predicting that he is happy with the product. But when he said that sad, okay, when he uttered the sad, but knowingly or unknowingly at that particular period, his face expression is changing from happy to a little bit dull. So machine are exactly saying that he is not happy with that product. So that's why we are creating two tables here, two parameters. One is facial expressions, the second one is language, and we are comparing these two exactly according to the time series. So then we are making some kind of artificial intelligence, uh, emotional recognition or sentiment analysis. Okay, so that's why linguistics plays a really a crucial role in this scenario. Yeah.
So in the last one, you're trying to map some connection between specific words used with
Yep.
specific
Yeah.
emotions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So generally, don't. I mean, hybrid models are really powerful. Don't depend on only for the language or something. So gather as much as you can facial expressions and language both. Yeah. Okay, so we have less time. Let me uh, start this thing. Yeah, so that's why we need pandas. Pandas is really flexible to process very fast, really very fast. If you compare huge data, and data flexibility is very good, and data manipulation is very quick because it is in tabular format. Just you can say machine, hey, please keep this update this data in particular row or particular column. So it is very accurate thing. As I have given a nice example, if everything is messed up in the room, it is very difficult to find a one object. But in pandas, it is quite is very easy and very yeah. We really enjoyed. We surprised by processing a huge data. So the next thing is time series analysis, also very powerful in pandas. So how many people? I don't know how many people already installed pandas. So if you want to install pandas, try to use pip install pandas in your browser or in your notebook, Python or IPython notebook. And after that, pip install pandas as PD. So we are using pandas. Generally, this is a normal convention. Whenever you are using pandas, we are using as PD, something like that. Is it a conventional? It is a conventional thing. So why pandas means, as I mentioned earlier, okay, so we have two things in pandas. In pandas, the data structures are two things. One is series, and the second thing is data frames. What is series? Series is basically, it is an order of a dictionary format that can be named. If I will show you a simple example later. And the second thing is data frames. So we have this rows and columns and everything in a so you can inject this particular row with this type, this particular type. You know, you guys have idea about this integer and floating and all these things, right? So that is also framing means a table. Yeah. So these things are really one of the strong assets in pandas. Okay. So let's take this simple example for series. Okay, what is the series? I actually, you can see I am writing, I am importing the pandas, import pandas as PD, and I am creating a variable cookies. Okay, and each and every time, if you want to enter some data, if you want to, so this chocolate chip, so some butter, ginger, all these things I would like to give as a data into my variable. So what kind of variable it is? It is panda series variable. Series is one kind of sequence values. Okay, simple. I am extra. For example, previously I have shown you. I crawl the data. Those people who died on the mountains. I don't have any database in my machine. My data bank is World Wide Web. I crawl the data. So from that, I want to extract all the names and I want to inject these names into my pandas variable as a series. All the names into as a series. In this case, I have to use a PD series and the data types. Actually, I mean the entities, the names. What kind of data you want to inject into the variable? You have to give all these things with some kind of comma. Remember that thing. That is a syntax.
So
So
the
it
comma is
basically,
inside it's a chocolate chip. The comma is inside, and then we give the we close inverted commas.
yeah,
Okay, sir.
yeah. Because these are the strings, right?
Okay, sir, but it's just in chocolate chip the comma is inside the inverted comma, but in sugar the comma is outside. So is that a mistake or is that the way it is supposed to be?
Oh, I think it is a mistake. Yeah,
Okay, sir. Even for audio, the comma will be inside.
yeah, both are inside. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So if you want to see what kind of data inside it is, so you can see here, our machine is automatically generating some kind of series here and some kind of it is automatically taking it as in a tabular format. Okay.
Sir, can you show the previous slide once, please?
Yeah.
The previous slide once. Thank you.
So if you want to see
So
what kind of
sorry to
values
interrupt
are,
you, Paresh. Yeah, so if all of you, you could actually, while Ganesh is presenting, you could try and type it out on Collab along with the slides. It might be helpful in figuring out then how it's
So
working.
just a quick question. So when I was doing this on Kaggle, I think I had needed to import pandas, but in Colab we don't need it.
I think if you can collab, you don't need that one. Yeah.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Yeah, yeah. But if you are working with Jupyter Note, I think I already sent this some course to you in the I think in the Google Colab. Did you guys find those things? I uploaded before the class is starting, but I will give some kind of homework for that. Okay. So if here you can see what kind of data I have injected into that one. So I can see all this information by calling. I created the variable cookies, and I want to see the values from that. So it is possible to see by calling that values. So I can see the values as well as its index. So I have some kind of index here. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And all these things you can automatically see. Index is nothing but this thing. So this indexing and the values. So I can see both indexing and values together. Okay. So now what exactly I am doing is here. I am giving. We have some kind. We have different kind of indexing by default. Machine Pandas has given some kind of indexing. So what here I am doing is I want to specify my own index. Okay, so it is really very difficult to, not a difficult, but it is really tricky if you are processing with a normal Python. So here you can see the indexing, like this indexing part is given by Python, actually the interpreter. Okay, it is by default, it is the Python interpreter is giving this indexing. So 0, like in a table format, 0, 1, 2, 3, something like that, right? So I don't want that one. Okay, I want to give for each and every value, I want to give my own index. So in that case, I have to use Pandas series, and I have to add by like the indexing is like this and the values are like this. So these series, these values, or these entities are getting some kind of attaching together simultaneously. This chocolate chip is 12, and this butter one is 10 or something like that.
Sir?
Yeah.
Just a question regarding this indexing. I understand why it's how we are doing the indexing, and we're changing it from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 20, 12, 10, 8. But could you give us a practical example as when it's important, or in what kind of a program, or what do we how do we use this in Python for a practical project? Like, why would
Oh,
we use it?
why we can use it is, yeah, of course, if you have a indexing, it is fine, it is possible, it is very good for. But while you are doing with some kind of automatic crawling the data, so for example, you are crawling the data from online websites. Okay, you are crawling the data from online websites. So sometimes what we, for example, live streaming data. So mostly this type of indexing is really useful while you are processing live streaming data. So for the context, there is no standard thing. So when the data comes into the thing inside, it has to change. Maybe, for example, let me explain your live streaming data. There is a hotel. Okay, there is a movie booking, movie theater. So now the general movie theater capacity is, for example, 100 seats. Okay, due to this pandemic, only 50 people are allowed. So well, you are comparing it, it will give for each and every seat. I mean, the front end camera, the camera which is located in the door, it observes every person, and when he's showing that ticket, it randomly, based on the ticket, it randomly allotted such kind of seating. So in this context, this is actually one of the nice example to see randomly allotting. If there is a value, there is the entity. So this is the fixed for that particular entity. So that particular ticket person. So like that, while you are checking measure automatic way, this type of things are really useful.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So now we can see you change it, the indexing series by your own. So the next thing is naming the value and indexing. If there is we have some values, is it possible to give a naming to all these values? And is it possible to give, for example, in live streaming data, so you have given some kind of values. Naming the values means nothing but changing the column and row names. Okay, changing the column and row names. So that is also possible by adding indexing name or some variable, some name. So automatically it is going to change the previous name into count, the previous name into type, something like to change the value, to naming, giving a new naming to this values. We are using this the variable plus name, and what name you want to change to this particular variable. So I am giving all these things. These codes are available in this particular Jupyter notebook, so you can try that part as well. So how can I access? So here I have some kind of indexing. I have some kind of indexing here. Okay. How can I access particularly one value, one value from the list? So then I have to choose like this. So this is some cookies. The variable name ends with sugar for the cookies.index. So I have a cookies.index. So cookies is the variable. There I have all the values. So I am going to store all the values in there with some kind of indexing value. So I want to extract, you can see name dot ends with, name dot ends with, in the name where exactly it is going to ends with sugar, I have to extract those entities. Okay. And for name in cookies.index, I don't want to only extract the entities. I want to extract with the indexing. So that's why we are extracting power sugar and sugar together. Okay. Uh, Another thing is we can do some kind of comparison things within the pandas. So here you can see cookies. Okay. Where we stored all the data. where it is less than or some, even you can use greater than or less than. So 10, if the indexing is greater than or less than 10, we have to extract all these values with the indexing. So that is also possible with such kind of it is one of the way to access this indexing. So even you can use all these Boolean expressions, like whether it is equal to do you know how many people, I think you have idea about these Boolean expressions. What are the Boolean expressions? Anyone?
On off.
One of
0 or 1, right?
yeah,
True.
true or false, right?
Yeah, true and false values.
Yeah, zeros one, that is a machine readable code. Okay, so you can extract you can use all these Boolean expressions in the similar way as you are doing in normal Python programming. So let's see a little bit data frame. Okay, I said two things, right? One is a normal series. The second thing is data frames. What is a data frame? Data frame is nothing but a table format. So you can see here, I am giving some kind of indexing, the count. I am creating actually three columns. One is count, type, and owner. So this is a table format. So I am creating, how I can create a table format is, I'm creating a table format with df key. It is a variable, and I'm storing this table into this variable. So PD is a common. Whenever you are using this pandas, we have to use PD. So because you imported PD as pandas as PD, so in the naming convention. So we create a data frame. You have to use this data frame keyword, and you can see, guys, actually, why you are using this curly braces? Do you remember why? What is the meaning of these things? What kind of data it is? Where we are using these curly braces?
Like for a fixed set? No, I don't remember, sir.
Is it a list?
No, list only contain this thing.
Yeah, it's a dictionary.
Dictionary,
Yes,
yeah, dictionary.
it is a dictionary. So remember this point, okay? In while in depth in pandas, so you may ask a question: why dictionaries are useful? What is a dictionary? Dictionary is like everything is like you have some value, some entity. The entity contains some kind of value associated. A dictionary, a word, okay, the word contains some kind of meaning. So many meanings maybe, okay, like that. Here actually Python's data frames are functioning as dictionaries. So curly braces means it is a dictionary. So we are creating three different kind of rows. One is count, type, and owner, and the values. The values we are giving in a list format. So this is the curly braces list format. Okay, so this is how. Oh, sorry, I'm taking time. Okay, this is how this we created a data frame now. We created a data frame, a table thing. So you can see the values here. This indexing is by default. Okay. So how can I access? I have created three columns, right? How can I access each and every column? So I have to call the variable name and the type, the column name. So if I call variable name and the thing, I can see all the data which is located in that particular column. So is it possible to access the rows? I call the column. So is it possible to access the rows as well? So here, this is the way where I can call the rows based on the indexing system or indexing value. Yeah. So do you guys had all this slicing concept, 0 to 1 or something? Do you know slicing, right?
I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know about slicing. So
Okay. Oh, is it? Okay. Slicing is Okay.
Ganesh,
Yeah.
sorry to interrupt. So please don't get into this. This is people are supposed to know all of this. They have already done the basic stuff.
Okay.
So all the you if they don't know, they'll go and revise. But I don't
Okay.
think we could spend
Yeah.
time on
So
all of
for example, let me explain a simple thing. So slicing is nothing but a cake, okay, a bread slices, okay. In the similar way, we are slicing, we are making the data in different kind of formats. For example, let me explain here only, okay. Previously, what is here? What do you have here? 0 to 6, okay. 0 is the chocolate chip. 6th is the sugar, okay. If I want to extract the first the first three values, okay, the first three values, how can I say to Python I want only 0 to 3? Then you have to mention that the 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4 in slicing. So Python first, what Python will read 0, okay, exactly 0, and second thing is 1, 2, 3 and 4. When you find the 4 number, it won't print this sugar, only it will print only up to 3. This is called actually slicing. There is at the same time you can do the reverse slicing. Positive slicing start with 0, minus slicing start with -1, okay. So let's see, you can see here, it makes a little bit clear to you. You can see we have 6 values, right? We have 0 to 6. So what I'm doing here is I am not taking all the data. I want to print only 2 to 5. So I'm taking this, the 2 value and 3, 4, 5. So this is actually called as slicing. Okay, in this similar way, I can create the slicing and can I store this data into different formats as well. This is also slicing, but it is floating. Okay, Ritesh, I think, can I stop it here or can I continue tomorrow?
It's your call, Ganesh. If you want to finish up to certain point today, you may go up to maybe 5-7 minutes extra. Or
Okay,
if you
okay,
think that this is a good place to stop, you could stop.
okay, okay. So you can see here, our data is our table is contains count, owner, and type, 3 rows, right? 3 columns. So it contains 3 columns. So here what I am doing is I am making grouping. Okay, I am making some kind of grouping and giving a new name. Okay, so I am grouping this thing, the whole values and which are related to 40 and 2. So this is also possible by grouping in. I think I can stop it here because I will show you this IPython notebook. All these things. Where is it? Yeah, guys, actually I shared these things to you. Okay, how to create some kind of simple table. Okay, some kind of series values, similar as I explained to you, and try to practice this one with in your notebook, and try to practice in the sense, don't just upload these things into Jupyter notebook and said I practiced. You have to do one thing. Okay, I only take this first one, first pandas. I think the name is pandas basics. Take this document, okay, read these comments, but if you go through this code explanation, it is not for really for non-computer students. It is for computers guys. Okay, it may be difficult to understand these concepts. So what I would like to is, so you have to read each and every code. What is happening here? Okay, for example, here import pandas as PD, import numpy as NP. Okay, so you have to write what is happening in this code, why, what is import is doing, okay, what is NP, why you have to use NP, why not like some DP or something. So you have to give some kind of explanation for each and every piece of code. I think it contains 20 pieces of code. I explain things, but it is maybe difficult to non-computer science guys, but you can understand what is happening in this code. Actually, what I explained here, the same thing is happening here. I am creating a data frame with your dictionaries. Okay, so how I created, what is happening, what is name here. So I didn't mention what is exactly name here. What is age? I didn't mention whether it is a variable and whether it is some kind of a value. How can you keyword? How to call these things? So these things, now you try to implement these things in your Jupyter notebook and give some kind of explanation. Remember one thing, in IT domains, most of the software companies, they are not writing the code from the scratch. No one, even if you have 10 years experience, I a software engineer, he don't write the code from the scratch. First of all, he identify his requirements, he Google it for some kind of code, he copy the code, he will execute the code, copy code in his local. After that, he modify the code according to his requirements. So if you want to be a software engineer, you have to have, first of all, the skills not writing the coding, the skills understanding the coding. Okay, most of the software job is copy and pasting, but when you copy it, if you according to a requirement, you have to modify the code. That means you have to understand the code. Someone wrote some code, you have to understand that part. So for that, this type of comments, writing comments on the code is really useful. So only Python basics. I have given 3 IPython IPython documents. You no need to go for the second 2, but just take this basic pandas basic one and give your own comments. Okay, don't copy the comments from each and every one. Right, it is simple, hardly, I think not really big thing. If you sit 30 minutes, you can write what is happening in this code. Okay, so that is our homework. Try to understand this very basic thing. Is it okay? Can I close the session for today?
Yeah, if there are questions, then people could ask.
Yeah, if you have any questions.
So one question regarding dictionaries.
Mhm.
Is it one value being mapped with one more, or is it like a bunch of, like, there can be 2 strings, 2 values?
I think it need not to be one value for one keyword. So you can add a number of.
So it's like a large matrix.
Yeah, large matrix. You can use
Okay.
it. Generally, if you are learning a basic Python, people used to ask me, "I sir, what is the use of dictionaries?" So again, of course, if you are a linguistics background guy, understand. But dictionaries are really useful in data science. Yeah. So that's why we are creating dictionaries within the list. Can I ask a question? Is lists are mutable or unmutable? If I store some value in the list, can I change it or not?
Yes.
Mutable.
Yeah, lists are mutable. Yeah. So that's why we are using list in dictionaries. So that why we can think it. Yeah.
And which ones are unmutable? So there's one more which can't be changed, right?
Tuple.
Which one?
There's one more thing which can't be changed. Which one is that?
Tuple.
Tuples we can't change.
Tuples. Okay.
Tuples we can't change. Yeah. So why you need to use tuples? In which scenario? To protect, to prevent banking card from your girlfriend or from your wife. Yeah, mostly.
What, sir?
Yeah, basically in financial sectors.
So that, okay, one value can't be changed. Okay.
Yeah, we can't change. Yeah, your pin. Okay, such kind of things. Each and every time it creates a new tuple. Yeah.
So you can't override it.
You can change your pin in ATM machine, but the processing is different. It is not. It is creating a new tuple. You can't change the tuple, but you can create a new tuple and copy the data. So that's what they're doing.
Okay, sir.
Financial sector mostly using such kind of things. Yeah. Tuples. Okay. Any questions?
Ganesh,
Yeah.
I was just checking. I didn't get the I at least I didn't get the link to the collab
Is
notebook.
it actually? One second. Here, these are the. Can you see my screen? These are the files I uploaded.
No, I cannot see the screen also. So
Okay, one
let
second.
me.
One second. Uh,
You could mail me and
can you see
yeah.
this? Can you see this? These three are mine actually. So
So if you could just mail me
okay,
on my email ID, I would post that in the group.
okay, sure. I do it. I do it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Guys, is it possible to see all of your faces at once, at least?
So those of you who could switch on the video,
Yeah,
please.
we have strict lockdown actually. Okay. How can I see all the people? Okay. Yeah, I think Manas, I think you are from CAL, right? Ritesh, is it possible to see all the people? I think you are the admin, so you can see all these people together.
No, I cannot switch on the video. They will have to switch it on themselves.
No, like everyone in one frame.
Yeah, so I'm waiting for everyone to be there.
Okay. Hi, Ajit. He is my junior on
Muted
one
है
of the.
तुम्हारा अभिजीत. Unmute
Uh,
if you are speaking something.
yeah, he is the guy really
Yeah,
jump.
microphone is muted. Yes. Hello, Anna. How are you?
I am fine, Ajit. How are you doing?
Yeah, fine, fine. After a very long time.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
nice.
He's a really. I can say openly say he's one of gem kind of thing in linguistics
Hi, Papa.
with a nice heart. Yeah.
All of you have inspired. Yes.
Okay. I hope everyone open.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to switch on my video.
Now I get to see Ritesh also. That is nice.
No, we saw just the other day.
I didn't see you live. Right.
Oh, did it? Wait.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess I just took a screenshot
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
if that's okay.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much, and see you tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Ganesh.
Oh,
Nice.
see you in the lab actually. So everyone else, um, we'd meet in the lab session.
Oh, okay. Ritesh, do I need to be in the lab as well?
Has Ritesh left the
Lab? Okay.
maybe? Okay.
Okay. See you guys.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. Tomorrow, me and my student, we are presenting again. PANDAS. Yeah. See you later.
Yes. And now let's carry over our chat in WhatsApp.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
Thanks.
call you now. Yeah.